tirar fly balls allá. Lanzamiento, aquí viene un batazo grande de Harper para el right field. La bola se va. ¡Camponazo! De Bryce Harper, amigos. ¡Qué clase de tabla para right field! Su segundo jonrón del día para Harper, que está encendido. Y le dice a Kyle Schwarber, mira, yo soy el MVP. Vamos a ver si me puedes ganar este año y te ganas el MVP. Tremenda tabla de Harper para right field. Pone a los Phillies arriba, amigos. 11 carreras por 4.
Hey, y'all. It's Matt Rogers, the host of the Honorable Mention podcast. I have Oscar Budejen today, Mr. Campanazo. How are you, Oscar?
Very good, Matt. What a pleasure to be here with you. I mean, I'm down in Florida, spring training, the World Baseball Classic. I've been going to a lot of the World Baseball Classic games. It's been unreal. So it'll be very interesting. Now we're getting down to showtime. I mean, with the U.S., the Dominican Republic, Japan, Venezuela, all the big countries are about to make it to Miami. So it's going to be fascinating.
Yeah, it's very exciting, and Philly season is right around the corner. Just can't wait. It'll be the first series is going to be against the Texas Rangers. I'll take this one out of order since I mentioned the Rangers. Adolis Garcia gets to start the season against his former team. This is a huge series in my mind for the mojo of the season for him, because he seems to be a very streaky hitter. Obviously, there's no questions about his glove. But very, very streaky with the bat. Do you think this year he'll meet, or fail to meet the expectations?
It's probably one of the bigger questions. I mean, outside of Zach Wheeler, which is probably the biggest question, can Zach Wheeler become the Zach Wheeler that we've seen? And everything is pointing that way. So far, so good with him and the younger guys like Crawford and Painter. And I love the acquisition of Brad Keller. I thought that was a tremendous acquisition. I think he's going to play a very similar role that we have Hoffman a couple years ago. He could go more than 1 inning, 1.1 innings or something similar to that. So he adds a lot more depth than we've had to our bullpen. I think Adolis Garcia, from a hitting standpoint, him and the younger guys, I mean, and Crawford, are going to be the big changes in this lineup. Absolutely. I mean, that's a reality. And look, he had 3 years ago, he had a tremendous postseason where he was the MVP of the American League Championship Series. The guy, similar to Arozarena, the guy that he likes to be in the limelight. I mean, he likes to be in big games. Look, he's going to have the opportunity. I think from a profile standpoint, when you look at his hitting profile and Castellanos' profile, they're very, very similar. A lot of chasing, and he's
up in the zone for Adolis.
He's very streaky. He's probably more of a true home run hitter than Castellanos was.
Sure.
Look, and the reality is, when players become older, I mean, there comes a time where they start. I mean, some of the skills become to decline. I mean, Absolutely. They cannot catch up to the fastball the same way. So those are some of the big questions that we're all gonna have. I mean, do I have the answers? I don't have the answers, but I do believe he's gonna be an asset. His glove is gonna be much better. I think the other thing that he brings him and Sosa are very, very good friends. And I think knowing Mundito Sosa the way I know him, and knowing what Adolis is, he's gonna bring a very positive energy to the clubhouse. On the one hand, we're gonna miss Ranger. Ranger was, I mean, a breath of fresh air. He was always joking, always smiling, always having fun. We bring now Adolis Garcia. Look, change is constant. I mean, that's a reality of the world we live in. And look, I think Adolis has something to prove. He's in a 1-year contract. I like what he's going to bring to this lineup and to the field. And he's going to be a positive influence. Can he deliver? I mean, subject TBD, but he's proven it in the past, in the postseason, and that's what this team needs. I mean, in my mind, it would be a huge disappointment if we don't make the postseason. I'm almost sure this team. That's what I'm saying. I'm almost sure this team is going to make the postseason.
Oh yeah,
and that's where you're going to see Adolis Garcia, where he likes the limelight, probably bring his best version there, and that's going to be key for this team.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. That's because
we haven't been clutch hitting in the postseason. I mean, the last 2 years we've lost because we didn't hit.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I mean, you can't lean but so much on the pitch, and you can't expect them to not break. And of course, Orion Kerkering, he messed that last, didn't play that one right. But there was so much pressure on that moment. You can't trust the staff that much. You got to break through at some point.
Yeah. Let's be clear. Orion Kerkering, I mean, we all play baseball. We made a mistake. And
that's right.
We lost a game. It's a game. We didn't lose the series because of it. No, by no means or no way. We didn't hit. We did not hit.
Right.
Outside of that game in LA, where the third game of the series, I mean, where Schwarber hit that huge home run to the roof or beyond the roof in right field at Dodger Stadium. I mean, we did not hit in that series. I mean, we did not hit in that series, and we needed to win game one. And to me, that game one was the most painful game that I probably have lived. I mean, I've been doing the Phillies for 5 years, right? And we've been the last 4 years in the postseason. That first game against the Dodgers, where we were up 3-2, and that we did not bring Ranger in the 7th or 8th innings to try to get us over the hump. And look,
I totally agree
down
with you.
To Durant. I mean, that was the series to me. That was the entire series.
You had to put Ranger out there. You gotta, because the Phillies had to win that game more than the Dodgers did.
Yeah, you decided to bring Robertson has struggled to get that last out in the 6th inning, and then you bring it back on the 7th. That was a killer to me. But hey, you know what? Decisions, and look, it is, but it's something that will always that's probably the most frustrating game that I've been a part of, because I knew we had a chance. You got to the 7th inning winning 3-2, you had a chance. Look, when you're beating these big time teams like the Dodgers, I mean, you need to absolutely nail them. When they are like down, you got to go for the kill.
You have to. You have to. I mean,
but it's unfortunate. It is what it is. I mean, and here we are, two straight years without making it to the World Series. 23, that was our year. Those 2 last games against Arizona. Look, let's talk about positive things. Let's talk about this year, man.
Yes. So we talked a lot of Ranger should have come in. We both agree. So glad we both agree. Who I wouldn't have guessed before last year that, you fast forward a year and Jesus Luzardo gets more money, 5 years, 135 versus Ranger with the Red Sox getting 5 for 130. Do you think that this is more based on injury history, or they just think that Luzardo's a legitimate ace and his power statistics will age better?
I think they're both very special pitchers with different dynamics. The way I look at it,
absolutely.
Let's be very, very clear. What Ranger did for the Phillies, it was amazing.
Yeah,
I will never forget that Game 5 in Philly that he had to come to do the last 2 outs of that San Diego Padres game, where the first one bunts in the middle of the rain. And he was slippery, and he made the out of first, and then the fly ball to right field. I'll never forget that moment. I mean, that's one of the most special moments that I've experienced of Phillies baseball. And Ranger Suarez made it happen. Look what happened last year in Game 3. After Nola was taken out of the game, he allowed a home run, and then he basically shut down the Dodgers team completely. I mean, lights out. Look, Ranger is a big-time pitcher. He loves big moments, and he always rose to the occasion. So Luzardo proved to me a lot of things last year, particularly on that last game, that Game 4 that we had in LA, that he had to come in relief and go in and show what he's capable of doing, what he did in the postseason. He showed a lot. Luzardo has a much better arm from an arm quality perspective. Ranger today, and I'm not saying it's going to be the future, because I do believe that Luzardo has probably bigger upside because of his tremendous arm. He developed the sweeper last year. He did not have a very effective sweeper last year. And that sweeper, 43% whiff rate is amazing. A tremendous pitch. He's perfecting his changeup, which also was very, very good. So his upside is significantly higher. He's been plugged by back issues and injuries for a long, long time, where last year was the year that he pitched the most innings. Before that, it was the year, I think it was 2023 with the Marlins, where he had like 178 innings. So he's definitely moving in the right direction, and you don't want to lose the Luzardo, the human being, the guy that is giving back to the community. You don't want to lose the guy that connects to both Hispanics and the growth of Hispanic community, as well as, he speaks better English than anyone. He's well-spoken. He's a great guy. I love the kid. The kid has everything to be a tremendous asset for us for the years to come. And he's younger than Ranger. That's the other thing.
Exactly. 2 years younger.
Yeah. He's younger than Ranger. So I love the acquisition. Jeff was writing this morning, Jeff Kerr, our dear friend Jeff Kerr.
Yes, who may join.
Who may join the show. But he was writing this morning, if you take out the 2 bad outings Luzardo had, he had a couple really bad outings. The guy had a 3 ERA.
By 1 point, by a whole point, basically.
Yeah, the guy had a 3 ERA. Look, Luzardo is the combination of Luzardo, Christopher Sanchez, and Andrew Painter. The Phillies have, if they all remain healthy, the Phillies have one of the best staffs in all of baseball for years to come. And look, you add on top of that, the cherry on top of the pie, Zach Wheeler coming healthy the next 2 or 3 years, that he can continue pitching at an elite level, and a much better version of Aaron Nola, which you're going to be seeing this year. This team is stacked. This team is going to go far, far away. And the bigger question is, can we hit in the postseason?
So you expect to see a better Nola this year?
Oh, no,
that's so important.
No doubt about it. He's throwing faster. He's healthier. I expect a much better version of Aaron Nola than what we saw last year.
Well, that's music to my ears, because as it stands, he's starting to. I'm not even going to say bad things. I'm going to stick with the positive thoughts that you just shared.
Yes, absolutely. Let's talk positive. We got good vibes. We've made it to the playoff the last 4 years. We've been increasing in our wins year after year. So we're up to 96. Can we make 97? Why not? Look, pitching is the essence of baseball. If you have great starting pitching, and we were number 2 behind the Texas Rangers last year, anything is possible, and this team is stacked at pitching. The key is going to be, look, I know what we're going to get from Luzardo and Christopher Sanchez. So it's health. And the next thing is, can Andrew make this team and begin to continue to grow on his path to be a top pitcher? Look, the future of Andrew Painter is Zach Wheeler. So just so you know what his upside is. The guy has a beautiful high-rising fastball. He still has command issues because of the Cy Young surgery that he had. The Tommy Young surgery that he had, not the Cy Young. He'll get a few Cy Youngs, but the Tommy Young surgery that he had, he'll continue to grow. He'll have better control of his pitches, but the guy he's an elite arm in Major League Baseball. And we just need to be patient with him and Crawford. Look, they're going to go through slumps. You just got to ride the wave. Ride the wave, because those 2 kids are the future of this organization.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Speaking of the outfield, I wrote this incorrectly, but it's Johan Rojas who was suspended. Does that?
He's appealing. He's appealing the decision. He's been playing or as of yesterday he played. So I'm not sure if the news changed today, but he got banned for 80 games, and he's appealing that suspension, to my best knowledge.
So it stayed as while he.
Yeah. He's still playing. The challenge that the Phillies have is that you have all these players in the World Baseball Classic. So spring training is kind of a halfway type of a thing, where you're letting a lot of the younger guys play, the Arun Escobars, and of course Justin Crawford is playing a lot. And look, the good thing about the great thing about Andrew Painter is he's over the first two starts, he's shown great signs. So hopefully things will continue to progress. And keep something in mind. Everybody's watching when Andrew Painter goes and pitch, and they expect them that he's going to make or break. Look, this is a spring training. They're ramping up. He's not in mid-season form. So even Tariq Escobar, the pitcher for the Tigers, was saying it. Look, I cannot throw the same way I'm throwing in the middle of the summer right now. Right. So it's just keep that in mind, please, when you're watching the game. Just make sure you understand that this is a journey to get to full version of yourself, but it takes, particularly for pitchers, it takes some time. But so far, he's looked really good in 5 innings.
It's good to hear. So last thing I'll ask you about before, gotta touch on this before the season starts, because it could be an X factor, hopefully unspoken X factor, but obviously we know the comments that were made and back and forth about Bryce Harper and his level of play last year and how he took that. That aside, because obviously that's generally could go unsaid, but do you think that he has a bounce back season?
I mean,
he didn't have a terrible season, just to be clear. He did not by any means have a terrible season last year. But
I think Harper has been limited by injuries over the last 2 or 3 years. And I don't want to do excuses for the guy. We know what the guy is, and we know he's a clutch player, and he loves the limelight, and he loves to be at the spot. I mean, he needs to continue. I was looking at stat. Jack Fritz put a stat out there around his batting average. I think his batting average has been declining steadily on the fastballs. Look, Harper is a competitor. I mean, Harper is as big a competitor as we've had in Philly, and he's going to go out there and try to prove to everyone that he can truly deliver. I don't think the team did a favor to him putting the fourth hitters that we had last year in Castellanos and Alec Baum. I mean, they hit a 720 OPS, which is below the average in MLB. So they were pitching around Harper, so he couldn't see good pitches, and that's a reality. Right. I mean, now I don't know. There have been discussions that maybe putting Schwarber behind him, but we continue to struggle. Who's going to hit behind him? I mean, I don't think it's Adolis Garcia. I do believe he needs to be whomever is hot. Whomever is hot, whomever has a great matchup against a pitcher, I will begin to be smart and using some analytics, because we don't necessarily have the talent to hit him as fourth. To hit whomever, I mean, a right-handed batter at fourth behind Harper or behind Schwarber. So you're going to go Turner. Initially, you're going to go Turner. You're going to go Harper and probably Schwarber. I'm imagining that might be the lineup. It makes sense. Look, maybe you try it and you see how it pans out. If it doesn't work that way, you do it backwards.
Yeah.
Team USA started Harper hitting second. Now they got him hitting fourth. They struck out 3 times yesterday, which I wasn't happy about it. But yeah, so look, Harper is a competitor. He's a competitor. He's clutched. He'll come and deliver at the right time, and I trust the guy. I mean, the guy has been all out, and he's been one of the best players. Coming from high school in the history of baseball. I mean, the guy is going to make histories on hitting home runs and doing all the things. Now we're counting on Schwarber, right? Schwarber has been incredible for the Phillies. I mean, he's
absolutely.
Him, both the signing of Schwarber and Wheeler are probably among the 2 best free agent signing the Phillies have had in their history. I mean, they've been incredible, both of them, Wheeler and Schwarber. And Harper, he just needs to be Harper. I don't want to make too much of a deal about did Dombrowski say that. Look, Dombrowski said what he felt he needed to do. I mean, maybe this team, Dombrowski, as the president of baseball, he's mad because he's built a team to make it to the World Series and win the World Series, and we haven't been able to do it. I mean, in 2023, we probably had our best chance, and we let it go. And then in 2024, you lose to the Mets in the second round because you won the division, and then you win the next day, and then you got the Dodgers. I mean, he's mad. I mean, and he basically voiced what he felt he needed to voice. And the good thing that I like is immediately, I mean, even before spring training started, I mean, or during spring training, they spoke it out, and it's out, and they're not going to put anything out there. But look, I do understand Dave's frustration. I mean, he has every right to be frustrated.
All Phillies fans.
We are as fans.
Nobody said he's wrong.
No, he's not wrong. I mean, he's demanding performance. He's demanding performance. And to me, if you go back to the stats of the big hitters that you pay, the Turners, the Harpers, and the Schwarbers in the postseason, they haven't delivered the last 2 years.
No, they haven't.
Look, at the end of the day, don't expect, Kemp to be the guy that saves you, or don't expect, even Bryson Stott to be the guy to do it. By the way, I do believe Bryson Stott is going to have the best year of his career this year. I do believe Bryson is ready. Look, Bryson is 2 years away from free agency. 2 years away. So is now or never for him. I do believe he's hitting close to 600 in the spring training this year. 5 something he's hitting. So he's doing really well, and I expect big things from Bryson Stott this year.
Well, I mean, then we're looking pretty good heading into the first series of the year. Oscar, thank you so much for making time to.
No problem. Look, one thing that I'll mention to you, and the last point that I make. Look, I do understand that we're running it back, except a few guys like Ranger, probably. I mean, Castellanos and Adolis is you could call it a watch. You don't have Bader. But just keep in mind one thing. We're going to have hopefully a healthier Wheeler. You're going to have Andrew Painter and Justin Crawford. And the other thing, you're going to have Johan, the big guy, coming out there from the pen. And Johan Duran, when he comes from that pen, we're going to have him the entire year. So there are things that are going to be much better than last year. And now the other thing, I do believe that Dombrowski is ready to make some significant moves at the trading deadline, depending on what they need. If the team needs another outfielder. Now, one guy that I'll mention, and he's a wild card, Brian De La Cruz. He was the MVP of the Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic, they play real good baseball down there. And he was the MVP of the Dominican Republic. He was tearing the league apart. And he's been doing his thing. I saw him today get a base hit and run. And bring in a run today. I really like that guy. I know that the team is set on Kemp. And you have Moore, which is a guy that brings you a lot of versatility. He can play in the infield and the outfield. Do not lose sight that Brian De La Cruz could be a very important bat, either in a platoon situation coming from for the Phillies this year.
It's exciting. Well, Oscar, I'll have to try to make some time to try to bring you on later in the season. Thank you so much for making time today, though. Do you have anything that you want to have coming out? I know that tonight you are covering a specific sporting event.
Yeah, I got an NBA game. I have I'm doing NBA for a group in Mexico. So I'm doing NBA, and I'm going to be doing the Celtics and the San Antonio Spurs. So it's going to be one of those. I love the Sixers. I have my Sixer hat over there. By the way, when I'm broadcasting, because a lot of it's streaming, I'm wearing the Sixers hat. So just FYI, I like your Sixers hat as well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
we just need to get healthy, man. Now Maxi's hurt. What's going on here?
Yeah, no good. But I'm wearing the hat because I'm still riding. I'm still a fan. It's not just
we got to pull for our team. Maybe when Paul George comes back, and which is going to be sometimes this century, Paul George and Pete and Maxi. We can do it. We can make a run, but it's harder and harder, man.
Paul George pulled a Alvarado on us.
Absolutely. By the way, Alvarado was missed last year in the postseason.
Yes, he was.
He could have been the guy that pitched the 7th inning in that game number 1. So it is what it is, man. We just got to keep on moving.
Yes.
Great to see you. I'll see you soon, okay?
All right, sir. Thank you.
Go Phils, go Sixers, go Eagles.
Campanazos.
En su pantorrilla, y un batazo de Schwarber para el right field. La bola se va. ¡Campanazo! Schwarber bomb. ¡Qué clase de tabla por el right field para abrir la postemporada de los Phillies! Los Phillies se van arriba en este primer inning. Una carrera por 0.
Bienvenido, señor Senga. Bienvenido, señor Senga, a Philadelphia. Esto es diferente. Mencioné que hay 2 temporadas, Oscar. El verano y el otoño. Otoño béisbol es algo diferente.